Um, Here I am getting ready for the show, and I look up at the clock and suddenly, oh my stars! How is it 9 o'clock already? Ah, goodness gracious me. Don't mind me being just not on top of things. So, hi, I hope everyone's doing well on this fantastic Saturday evening. Um, yeah. Hi, Elaine. How's it going? For those of you who are just joining from Truth Frequency Radio, hi. Or from Paranormal Portal. Yeah. Paisley's a little slow on the uptake, apparently. I even have coffee. I've just not been drinking any of it yet. It's brand new. It is 9 o'clock, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. I feel like I have just totally missed the boat. Yep, nope, I'm here. So, oh, goodness. I sure hope everything's going. Yep, everything's going. All right. So, those of you that are on Paranormal Portal or coming from Paranormal Portal, yep, we are here. Yeah. Mr. Don is not in the house yet. I'm sure there'll be a commentary about how Paisley dropped the ball, but that's okay because, yeah, coffee. It's my friend. I'm just kind of putzing along like, woohoo, we got stuff going on. And, no, there's no stuff. No, Paisley dropped the ball. So, I hope y'all are good. Good. We are being broadcast live tonight on Truth Frequency Radio, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and TalkStream Live. And if you are listening in on YouTube and laughing at me for dropping the ball, I understand. Hit the like, the thumbs up button, and subscribe if you want to hear me kind of lose track of what I'm doing. Sure, let's do that too. And the bell. And if you do want to support the show, please do so. You can go to etsy.com/shop/Monarch Mountain Studio, or you can go to patreon.com/the spaces between. And no matter how you are hearing me, make sure you stop in to say hello in one of the chat rooms. Or you can send me an email at wildpaisley@gmail.com. That's WILDEPAISLEY@gmail.com. So those of you saying, sorry I was late, so was I. So yeah, no, we're all on the same page, showing up at the same time. It's all good. Yeah. Because, yeah, why not? Yep. It's just good. Let's see. The phone lines are open. You can call me at 213-233-3998. Or if you're across the pond in the UK, you can dial 44203-393-2871. So, for those of you who pay attention to those things, it is the equinox almost already. Can you believe that? I just cannot. Yeah, so Tuesday, September 22nd. It is the equinox. Don't mind me if I throw a bowl at a dog. Get a boxer, they said. It would be fun, they said. I love the boxer. Boxer is fun. But this boxer is partially suicidal. She tried to eat my Violet. She pulled the peace lilies out of the fish tank for the we have a female beta by the name of Silver. Yeah, she pulled the lilies out, or the peace lilies out, and chewed them all up. She didn't eat anything. She spat everything out. So yeah. Yeah, have a boxer, they said. It'd be fun, they said. I apparently wasn't thinking much. So, in chat, I see we got Pharmacy, Sahi Carlton, Elaine, Titan, Justin, Lucky. Hi, Lucky. Chris Jarvis, Bomber. And, yeah. And that's just whom I'm seeing right now, so I'm sure there's other people out there that just haven't had a chance to say hello yet, so hi. And, Oh, goodness. So tonight we are continuing our chakra journey, and we are talking about the Solar Plexus Chakra. So the solar plexus, if you know where your rib cage is, the solar plexus is right there. So basically it's the one where you get the Heimlich, roughly. Roughly that area anyways. Or if you ever go horseback riding and you accidentally get run into your saddle horn bumps you into the gut. Yep, that could be it too. I'm going to throw things at the dog because the dog wants to chase the cat, and we are not playing that game tonight. And you're welcome, Lucky. Titan, it's 2020. It's hard to say what's going to give you your superpower. It's just surviving could be a superpower because it's 2020. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Ironically, the solar plexus chakra is kind of, the one that says, radiate your power out into the world, though. So, yeah, it could be that. But generally, the solar plexus is characterized by the expression of your will, personal power, and mental abilities. And by the way, I'm getting my information from chakras.info, and I will contain a link in the show notes, of course, because why not? And I will link the other chakras to the videos, so all the links will be in the different videos, so if you miss one, you can go back and catch the other ones, that kind of thing. And, hello, Denali Princess. That's a new name. Hi. Welcome. And, so anyway, yeah, with the solar plexus chakra, it's often used with the expression of will, personal power, mental abilities, and the energy of the third chakra is also called the Manipura. And if I mispronounce these, I'm so sorry. I'm from Iowa. No, seriously though, I am originally from the Midwest, but I'll be the first to admit that I may not pronounce things correctly. So, but anyways, the third chakra, or the energy of the third chakra, is mobilized when we begin to assert ourselves out in the world. And just real basics. And I'm going to come back to the signs of imbalance, and I will also go over healing and such. Because, yeah, if you're out of balance, you feel it in your health. So yes, where your diaphragm is, that's where your solar plexus chakra is. It's generally associated with the color yellow, and higher frequencies are going to be more of a golden yellow. So think like late summer colors, that brilliant gold. And the symbol for this chakra is a circle with 10 petals, or a lotus with 10 petals, and a downward pointing triangle. And the element associated is fire, and again, it's called Manipura. And additional elements used in healing practices, or modern energy healing practices, are just different crystals and aromatherapy. Common stones that are associated are things like citrine, tiger's eye, and yellow tourmaline, because yes, those are lovely colors. Essential oils may be chamomile, bergamot, cedarwood, rosemary. Generally, I don't consider them 100% soothing, but yeah, it's chamomile definitely is. And generally, the main meanings associated with this third chakra, again, we start at the root, and then we go to the sacral chakra. Yes, Lucky, the black-eyed Susans. So Lucky asks, the color yellow that you might see on black-eyed Susans. Yes, very much so. So that lovely golden color. I can throw a rock, I suppose. but she'd probably just eat it. Leave the cat alone. Late summer honey. That would be a good golden color too. So, but main meanings associated with this particular chakra are willpower, personal power, your will. Yeah. Taking responsibility for your own life, taking control of yourself, your mental abilities, your intellect, focusing and such, forming your own personal opinions and beliefs. So a lot of the gut reaction you might have, no, I'm not doing anything to Don. Don's not here yet. He's driving. No, it is the dog that is trying to crawl into my lap. A 40-pound boxer in my lap do not always get along well. And she's trying really, really hard. Oh, dog. Yes, no, don't lick me. Yes, hi. But yeah, there's the forming personal opinions, especially of others or around others, that gut reaction, that clarity of judgment. Your personal identity, your personality is often associated with the solar plexus chakra, and your self-discipline and your independence. So if you're feeling kind of codependent on with someone or on something or with a thing, often it's because your self-discipline is compromised as well. And when all of these, you're getting that blockage, often it's hard to be independent, and you may need some help or some guidance. And that's why, getting a little bit of therapy is not a bad thing to get you on the right track. Or a little bit of shadow work, really helps. And yes, for those of you who are on YouTube, yes, Kimber is trying to get in my lap. Kimber's a sweetheart. Yes, hi. When your solar plexus chakra is open and balanced and functions naturally, you're finding that independence and the self-discipline to do things is almost effortless. And it's frustrating though, because you may not realize that you're being blocked in your solar plexus, and that's why you're having problems with some of your self-discipline. But if your Manipura chakra is blocked or overactive, you may be going from hyperactive to emotional mood swings and physical issues like overeating or undereating, and just not being able to control your impulses. So your impulse control. This particular chakra is associated with the element of fire, like I mentioned, and a lot of the energy healing and such that's connected with the element of air also can be that connection to the sun, the heat, the energy of light, and just pretty much any form of power. So if you're needing that cleansing or you're having those blockages, especially with your independence, and you're having issues, I should say, asserting yourself, what is it that's going on? What's blocking your gut instinct to stand up for yourself and to say, yes, I deserve this raise. Yes, I get dog hair everywhere. And no, don't lick the mouse. Oh, this dog, I swear. Yes, get a boxer. Goofy dog. The the solar plexus, or the third chakra, is, depending on your tradition, you may be closer to the belly button, or it may be closer to the lower part of the chest. So just, depending on your tradition and what you're studying. In a lot of ways, when it comes to energy healing, or your chakras especially, just a basic anatomy class is not a bad thing. So you understand the basic workings of the body and the different systems within the body, so that if you are hoping to do energy healing or to work with your chakras more, you understand what's connected. Oh. There's a kennel in your future, dog. The solar plexus chakra is very, very... here, we'll move the camera down so y'all can see this nonsense. Yes, there. Closely connected with your digestive system. So if you're having problems with your digestion, maybe it's your gallbladder, your appendix, you're just... Hi, Alan. Just not feeling good. Maybe your IBS, or maybe you've got just indigestion in general, or ulcers. It may be good to look at your solar plexus chakra, because your whole digestive system may be compromised if this chakra is blocked up at all. Yep, pesty lovins. You are not joking, Chris. The main function of this particular chakra is to take your energy and transform matter into energy to help fuel your body, and it's very, very closely associated with your metabolism, your pancreas, and just those your internal organs right there, between the bottom of your rib cage and your belly button, basically. The inverted triangle that's associated with the solar plexus chakra is very representative of transformative power. And it's basically it's again turning matter into energy to help you move forward to accomplish the things that you need to do. And then the petals that are on this particular lotus are often represented blue, even though this is a yellow chakra. Let's see, like the blue color of a flame. So think flames. So anybody who's been in chemistry class in high school or college or whatever, you get the Bunsen burner and you turn it on, and the flame starts off yellow, goes to and red, yellow, and then the finer you tune the flame, or if you welding torch, the hotter it gets, the more blue it suddenly becomes. So Titan states, Paisley, I may be jumping forward, but how do you grow that particular chakra stronger? Yes, you are jumping ahead there just a little bit, Titan. You want to hurry up and get to the next part of the lesson, don't you? I see what you're doing there. Anyways, no, I'll get to it, I promise. It may take me a whole 2 hours to get there, but maybe less, because I no longer have a dog on my lap. Because, dog. Love her to pieces, but I just don't have that kind of energy. No worries, Titan. It's all good. I'm telling you. I'm seriously considering a whole segment where Titan asks a question, because you ask good questions, Titan. So that's just all there is to it. So the most common Sanskrit name for the solar plexus is Manipura, which means city of jewels or seat of gems. It may be also referred to as the power chakra, or the Nabi, and Nabi can be translated as to navel. So just that center of your being, that part of your core. And definitely your gut instincts right there. The solar plexus chakra is also associated with some certain psychological or behavioral functions, like the expression of will. Your intellectual abilities, not necessarily your cognitive abilities, but your intellectual abilities. And it's, I think, numbers. So the accounting mind that categorizes everything, puts things in boxes and sorts them and assesses them, and the pluses and minuses are the accountant. An accountant is often really finely in tune with the solar plexus chakra. You can also, it's your seat of your personal power, and your ability to take ideas and plans and turn them into reality. So this is your doer chakra, if you will. And at much higher levels, it conveys wisdom. So the more in tune you are with your solar plexus chakra, in theory, the greater your wisdom or the stronger your wisdom. And the main function is just that momentum, and to move forward and to realize your personal desires and intentions in the real world. So not just the things you're dreaming about, because dreams are good. I hope you're journaling them, by the way. But you're taking those dreams and those hopes and turning them into reality. This particular chakra is good for, the development of your personal power, your direction in life. What is it you want to accomplish? What is it you're going to do? Your direction, your goals, and the things you have to do to achieve those goals. So if you say, I want $1 million within the next 10 years. Okay, that's a goal. In reality, that's just a dream, because you don't know you haven't had the steps yet to reverse engineer how you're going to achieve that particular goal. $1 million. All right, you want to achieve it in 10 years. What's your current annual salary? Say you make $35,000 a year. If you save your entire salary in the next 10 years, you're going to fall well short of your $1 million. So what are you going to do to achieve that benchmark or that goal? So whether it's, a second job, or getting a raise, or going into a different career entirely with the same skill set, because a lot of those skills are very transferable from one job to the next. They really are. Think of it this way. Someone who's been a corrections officer is probably going to work pretty well in the hotel industry. Very similar structure, just the ones in the hotel get to go home in the next day rather than having to stay for longer than they intended. And they can have knives. So I'm just saying. But what is it you need to do to achieve your goals? So knowing how to reverse engineer those dreams to turn them into goals. Because a goal without a plan is just a dream. The solar plexus definitely influences our preoccupation with our social status and our self-image. So if you are really, really concerned about your social status and the way what people are thinking about you, and your self-image weighs a lot on your mind, like to the point where it detracts from the rest of your life, it may be that your solar plexus is a bit overactive and is too in charge of your life and is pushing you too far forward, and that momentum is, instead of chugging you along at a good speed and getting you where you need to go, it's fits and bursts and stops and starts, and it's not a smooth forward motion or progression. Because social status, I get it, it's important. Your self-image is very important, but if that is your driving goal, is to be better than the Joneses, maybe you need to stop and think about it, meditate a bit, and focus on your solar plexus, and maybe it's out of balance. Just saying. So on one side, a balanced solar plexus chakra makes it very, very easy to find a balance between your personal power and harmonious relationships with others. And on the other side, an imbalanced third chakra could really undermine your self-esteem and your social life, really, truly. So I'm going to stop there because we're almost to our first break. Can you believe it? I'm a little late to the game. We're almost to our first break. We're just going right along. So yeah. And if you do have questions, please send me the email at wildpaisley@gmail.com. Or if you want to call in tonight, by all means, give a call. What is that number? 213-233-3998, or drop me a message in the chat room. If you're in, if I see the question in the chat room, I'll generally ask it on air, and just say, hey, what are your guys' thoughts? Or I'll talk about it and explain more. Because if you need a clarification or have a question about something, the odds are good you're not the only one. So anyways, we're going to our first break. We'll be right back. We'll see you on the flip side. my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we're off adventuring into these spaces between. I no longer have a dog in my face, and I have a cat. It's great. Just great. So I got to look in. I forgot to mention iLife.com at the beginning of the show. Go to iLife.com. Check out the iLife in general. It's iLife is the official sponsor for True Frequency Radio, and just all-around awesome product to help cure what ails you and keep your chakras running smooth. Ooh, you see what I did there? So yeah, we're talking about the Solar Plexus Chakra. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh.
Sorry. Spicy stuff.
Spicy stuff? Are you snorting chilies again?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Snorting chilies. I'm snorting my chilies. Hi.
Hi.
What's happening? You just came back from your first break?
Yep, just came back from the first break. So for a good portion of the first section of the show, we had Kimber in the screen because she had to be part of the program. And now we have the cat sitting where the keyboard normally sits. Because, yeah. So Chris Jarvis, before I go back to the solar plexus, Chris in the chat room mentioned that he's been having a recurring dream a bit, at least once a night, being chased by something bad that he cannot see. He can wake up, go back to sleep, and it kicks in again, which I hate it when that happens. Don's eating, so instead of making us watch him enjoy whatever he's eating, that's a salad. It's not all bad. You never know. He's got it's a post-apocalyptic movie, basically, and fear and fights, and people are with him sometimes that he knows are not people. Generally, when it comes to interpreting dreams, a lot of the dream meaning is going to be specific to you because this is your world. You know, so what is it that you are seeing that strikes a chord or resonates with you? The thing you may be afraid of may be a decision. It may be a real thing. This is 2020. It could be anything, sadly. So mostly, just stop and think about it. What is it that you might be afraid of right now? And yeah, Bomber has a really good question here. It's not actually. Bomber has a very good question here. Are you aware in the dream that it is a dream? Can you control your movements and your decisions? Does it feel real? Yeah, and what do you think it means? So there's a lot of things it could mean, but generally speaking, those meanings are going to be specific to you. Write it down. If you wake up, write down everything you can think of when it comes to the dream in a notebook. Do not chew on my drinking horn, or Don's drinking horn.
Yes.
Your nose doesn't belong in there. See, drinking horn. Yeah, write it down. Write down everything you can think of that might be associated with it. And it may be that it is just indicative of something that you need to accomplish, a task, a chore, a decision you're approaching that is causing you some anxiety. And if that's the case, once you write it down, you acknowledge that there is some anxiety or you're a very real fear about something that's coming up, the dream will go away or it'll change. I've had a recurring dream that changes periodically. Sometimes I'll go back to the same spot and redo things, but often it's like I level up within the dream and I have to go through certain things to get to that spot where I leveled up, and then I can go on to the next room or next thing. So, and yeah, there may be something that you're just something in your life, Chris, that just is you're not sure if you're ready to confront yet. But yeah, journal it. Journal. Dream journals. Don has a thought. It'll be a moment.
Actually, it's Titan asked a question a little earlier, and I didn't hear it because I wasn't here. But his question was, How do you grow that particular chakra stronger?
Yeah, solar plexus chakra.
So
I threatened him with a segment of Titan Asks a Question because he's always asking a question. They're always good questions, but I'm not there yet.
Okay, so it was jumping ahead. Okay,
Yeah, jumping ahead.
I didn't know. Okay,
Yeah,
so I'll
yeah.
just keep that fresh in my mind. Remember Titan's question. Okay, thank you.
Okay, do you want to write it down? No. You can remember it in 3 minutes? No. Okay. That's what I thought. So, balanced solar plexus chakra means you should be able to find a balance between your personal power and your relationships with others. So your friendships should be balanced. Your significant other relationships should be balanced. Your coworker relationships should be balanced. The give and take, at least on your side, should be really relatively balanced, not prone to jumping to conclusions or overreacting or things like that. Just like, all right, so they're going through a thing and I'm not going to react to it because it's not my thing. So that harmonious, that balanced response, because they're not attacking you. Maybe they just are doing a thing, and that's what it is. But an imbalanced third chakra can definitely impact your self-esteem and your social life. I mean, anybody who's ever been a teenager in the history of ever know that your social life and your self-esteem are often closely connected. So when positive thinking, your solar plexus chakra is balanced, you're probably going to be a little bit assertive. And that's okay. And you may exert your will in a way that leads to expected results effortlessly. So, like, you're going to go buy a car, for instance, and you expect you're going to get the car you want for the deal you want for the down payment you have available and get the monthly payment you're going to get, or pay it off completely, or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. And everything will just fall into place. Just bing, bing, bing. And it won't, sorry, I got to put the readers on. It won't be strenuous or cause you too many problems. Assertive is different than aggressive. Assertive is Kimber sticking her face in my lap wanting attention. Assertive is jumping into my lap saying and demanding the attention. Yeah, aggressive. Aggressive attention seeker. She can go visit Dawn now. Harmonious relationships with the people around you. Yeah. If very, very balanced. Let's see. Imbalances in your third chakra might manifest as excessive control issues or authority over your environment or people. So you may be domineering just a bit. That could happen. Or OCD or micromanaging. Or in cases of deficiency or blocked energy, you may feel helpless. Or, cornered, or you may be acting very irresponsibly, because that could be a thing. Being obsessed with the minute details, very OCD, which is quite vexing to those around you at times. And I don't mean OCD like you have a
dog that likes to lick on everything.
OCD like you've got a diagnosed issue with OCD, but like OCD tendencies, like, no, it has to be this way because I said it does, and that's just it. Yes. She ate my African violet.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You told me.
Some other stuff. No, that was today.
That violet was like, was at least 3 years old.
Yeah, something like that, 3 or 4. You may be seeing life through a filter of specific pluses or minuses while losing sight of the whole picture. So you can only see the trees, you can't see the forest, for instance. Or you may only see the leaves, you can't see the forest, basically. Or maybe you're only seeing the forest and there's trees here. It's just a forest. You know,
You walk into trees.
yeah, you're not getting the whole picture, and you're just obsessed with specific parts. You may misuse your power, abusive power. That happens all over the world all the time. Different people, abusive power. You know exactly what that is. Lack of clear direction or purpose or ambition. So if you're feeling adrift, like you don't know what you want to do with your life, some of that's normal because, yeah. But some of it is you may just not have a purpose or ambition or, it's one thing to be satisfied with your life because you're satisfied and you're happy and things are good. But it's when you're burnout and you just lack a clear direction, or purpose, that's not healthy. Because if you're settling or you just don't feel good enough or things just aren't going to happen, it's that lack of clear direction or lack of purpose. Yeah, maybe it's time to look at your solar plexus chakra. What's clogging up there that you need to fix or look at? You may make plans without having a lot of ideas on how to accomplish them or efficient ways to realize them. You're just like, hey, you got the pie in the sky dream, that whole $1 million in 10 years. If you don't have an efficient way of achieving that, it's not really a good plan or a good goal. It's just this pie in the sky thing. And if you don't have a plan to get there, and in 10 years you look back, you're like, hey, I had this goal. I was going to have $1 million, but now, and you don't have it. That begins to have that self-defeated cycle, the low self-esteem, the lower ability to recover and move forward. Because you're not allowing yourself to do what you need to do. So solar plexus blockages. You have a message. Don has mail.
Oh, okay.
So Chris Jarvis, regarding your dream, maybe it's time to get a dream catcher, man. I mean, real basically. Because if you are having insomnia and never know if you're going to go to sleep or when you're going to go to sleep, a dream catcher with the right resonance with you will go a long way to helping you find hopefully some peace and get rest rather than another existential journey in the middle of the night when you should be resting. See how long I can keep a keyboard. So, symptoms of a blocked solar plexus chakra could be quite several different things, but a healthy one, it will allow you to live with confidence and strength, and you'll be able to set boundaries and be assertive without being aggressive, and you'll know yourself and without judging yourself critically, but more fairly and others fairly, because anybody who has ever sat at the mall, dating myself slightly, to people watch, it's very easy to be excessively critical of people and the way they dress when they're walking through the halls of a mall. It is. You've been in more malls than I have. But yeah. Dalton's a mall rat.
A lot of time at malls. Oh my goodness. But
apparently Don just got his mail.
Yeah, I got my mail, and they're absolutely beautiful, but there's something written on the back of that plate. I don't know if it's a plate, but that's funny.
All right.
The answer is of that, yes. Pardon me.
Anyhow. All right. So, since the solar plexus chakra plays such a fundamental role with your self-confidence, any imbalances in this chakra can cause problems. So symptoms of a blockage might include, low self-esteem, We've all had that at some time. New job. I hate being the new kid on the block when it comes to a new job because I hate not knowing things because I'm a know-it-all, and I will admit it. Inability to set or maintain boundaries. Yeah, we've all had that relationship with someone somewhere. We really have. Codependency. Once upon a time, several years ago, I had to stop and think about it. It's like, why am I always attracting this type of person? And this type of person seemed to be someone who is a bit needy. You're very welcome, Chris. Needy, needing direction, needing mothering, needing someone to lean on. Just that needy personality. And I just, every time I turned around, I had another one. And I felt like I was collecting them like, cards in a game. And it just wasn't good. It was bad. And so that whole codependency is like, what am I doing? Why is this happening? And fortunately, I was able to kind of sit back and I would do some shadow work and a little bit of therapy. It's like, oh, that's why. Because often okay, I'm sure I don't want to know. Often when it comes to codependency, it's easier to fix the problems in others or issues in others than it is within ourselves. So that's part of the reason why codependency is so easy. So you're so busy fixing someone else that it's hard to hold a mirror up to ourselves. That lack of self-control. Do you binge shop for shoes when you're upset? Eat all the cookies in the cookie jar? Buy the extra pizza? Whatever it is, that lack of
centimeter.
I don't know. No, get out of there. The drinking horn is not for you to lick.
That is my horn.
Lack of self-control, like this dog with her licking things. Oh my stars. I've vacuumed the couch twice this week because she has overturned plants. This dog has no self-control. It's kind of a hallmark symptom of a boxer. It is a symptom. Depression or anxiety. Yeah, if you have issues with depression or anxiety, stop. You may be having issues with that solar plexus chakra. So, again, therapy may be the right thing to do if you've got depression or anxiety or addictions. But you should also be looking at your shadow work and also working on your solar plexus chakra. Because if your chakras are not aligned, if they're not open and moving forward and clear and not, out of control, yes, it's a lot easier to have success in therapy or with shadow work. The solar plexus chakra is really good really important when it comes to physical health, because it is so closely tied to digestive health just due to location. Blockages can cause significant issues and symptoms there too, like ulcers, poor digestion, gas, nausea, hypoglycemia, something that I've had to deal with in the past, diabetes, which is the opposite of hypoglycemia, that's hyperglycemia. Asthma, other respiratory issues, because it's right in that same area. Arthritis, problems with your liver or your kidneys, nerve pain, fibromyalgia, maybe difficulty gaining weight or even losing weight. So if your symptoms are not, or if your health system is not working correctly, the body is not working correctly, it's not just necessarily a physiological issue, just like Western medicine would say. Sometimes it's a more yes, Carlton, therapy's good for you. Sometimes it's more the Western medicine or the Eastern medicine thought process. The energetic body needs the fine tuning, not just your physiological body. And yes, I know. Therapy, not all of us need therapy. Some of us do. And sometimes we just need a good friend to talk to once in a while. That's therapeutic enough. What's with the giggle?
Nothing.
Okay. I have a dog and a cat, apparently. I have 2 dogs and a cat. And some chickens. Chickens listen, sort of. So when it comes to blockages in your third chakra, to get that energy flowing freely, Chris, you're funny. Chris says he's already seen a therapist, now just waiting to see for how long it'll take for that therapist to find their own therapist. Yeah. So, and you know what? Good friends. So when it comes to your friends, if you're going to a friend for that therapeutic session of unloading and venting and stuff, make sure that you are there for your friend in that same capacity. That way your friends are not just being overwhelmed, you're just, sharing the burden a little bit. So instead of doing just a big, fix it for your solar plexus chakra, it is better to do little steps daily, ongoing, because it's really, really easy to fall back into old patterns and old habits, and that allows those blockages to happen. Because so how often have you been driving down an old road that's full of ruts? It's really easy to drive in the rut. It's often a lot harder to get out of the rut and stay out of the rut. So once you've gone through that healing and such, you have to keep doing that daily work. Part of the reason why I say journal. Do that daily work to keep that energy or that blockage from happening again. So if you're working with like a Reiki practitioner or other energy healer, that's just a good way to start your healing journey, because they can often help break up those blockages and sometimes locate other blockages that are in your energetic system, that that are imbalancing your energy. And Chris Jarvis, if your friends are coming to you to vent but disappear when it's your turn, that sounds like it is time to be setting some boundaries and saying, hey, I just don't have time this time. That, or maybe it's time to find a different caliber of friend.
Yeah, because, that might be part of the problem too. Not having those good friends to talk to flush that stuff out. So
yeah, and some of it's a little bit codependency, because like I mentioned earlier already, it's a lot easier to fix somebody else's problems than it is your own problems. And yes, so meditation is often just a really, really good way to break up a blockage, because if you're whether it's a guided meditation or you're following your own thought processes or whatever, set your intention as you're getting ready to meditate, and focus in on it. And we all have some sort of healing energy, and sometimes we need to use visualization to help us with that healing process. And sometimes we just need to write down the intention as we're getting ready to do it. Maybe you need a yellow palm stone in your hand to help focus that intention. Or a candle for that healing flame, because that yellow of the candlelight or flame. So just imagine that visualization, and visualize it, coming into your energy centers and flowing through you and to your solar plexus chakra. And then just breathe through it. Breathe it in and breathe it out, and breathe it in and breathe it out. And it'll help you, acknowledge whatever pain or hurt that is right there. and anything you might be storing in your third chakra that you need to just let go of, because you don't need to carry around all that extra baggage. You really don't. And wearing yellow, if you're feeling a little blue or melancholy, wear yellow. Eat yellow foods. Have some curry. Good curry.
If curry's got coconut in it, it's not good.
Well, some people don't mind coconut. I don't mind coconut.
This is interesting. Denali Princess says, this is to Chris Jarvis. She says, and I'm assuming because of the word princess. I apologize. I listened to an audiobook on YouTube called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. It really struck a chord with me. I think I'm going to have to I'm going to have to listen to that.
All right. We'll pick it up after we come back from the break. And the singing bowl.
Jim read it too, or listened to it too. So.
Be the spell forever done.
Hello, my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we are off adventuring into the spaces between. And, just checking to make sure no one's called in. And it is singing bowl time. Dawn gets to have the cat here now. So, just real quick, with the singing bowl, I've heard people say you have to hold it palm only, some fingertip only. I do a combination. There's a little bit of a concavity to my bowl, so I have to. There, there are you can get suction cups that'll you can put on the bottom of your bowl, especially if you have a smaller bowl that doesn't really fit your hand correctly, because I know there's quite a few different bowls. So. So this is the 5 Buddha bowl. I don't know if you guys can see on the inside, it's got 5 Buddhas in the middle of it. I don't know, just love my bowl. It's awesome. And it's noisy. And all one, sorry about the buffering. I'm not sure what to tell you, man. Apparently I don't know. Technology is not my friend today. It just isn't. So, we're talking a little bit about solutions for blocking the solar plexus chakra and unblocking it. Wear some yellow. Do some yoga.
Eat turmeric.
Eat turmeric. Yes, turmeric's good for you. Get some vitamin D from the sun. That's good too. Just things to strengthen your core. Do some sit-ups. It's amazing how little things can help strengthen your core and strengthen your chakras all at the same time. Yes, turmeric and ginger. Your turmeric milk is really good for you. I just don't. I haven't tried that one.
I have a cat need, and the need apparently is my thighs.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Ow. Sorry. Ow. Okay.
Don's being catted. Catted? Something like that, yes. So, healing your solar plexus, other than just wearing yellow, and having more yellow in your world, there's other ways to get, for the healing and strengthening. Because the balanced solar plexus chakra is just good for you. Helps you to have control over your thoughts, your emotional responses to things. So say if your in-laws drive you insanely nuts, it may be time to focus a little bit on that solar plexus chakra, so your emotional response to them is balanced out, and it gives you the strength to set some healthy boundaries with them. Because I know not all in-laws are created equal, and not all families are created equal. So yeah. But yeah, so the symptoms of the imbalance, I mentioned already earlier in the show, because we come back. We'll keep coming back to them again a few times. Either controlling, intolerant, or excessively competitive behavior. So if you are that parent at the Little League game that is excessively out of control and yelling at the refs because you think Junior...
There's no refs in Little League.
Whatever. Coach, whomever's there, the umpire. It's been
Okay, anyhow.
Anyways, almost 40 years since Little League. Basically, if you're that person at your kids' sports games that is just yelling at the coach, yelling at the ref, the ump, whatever, the other team, being rude, loud, obnoxious. It may be that your intolerant or excessively competitive behavior needs to be nipped in the bud. You need to be told to sit your butt down. You need some therapy and work on your solar plexus chakra. Just saying. If you tend to overeat, overindulge in things, maybe you're experiencing fatigue or just excessively lazy. I think we've all met a teenager like that once or twice. They fatigue us because they are excessively lazy. Yeah. Anyways, and some energy deficiency symptoms. Yeah, oh yes, Carlton, yes, the parent that everybody wants to punch and you feel sorry for that kid. Yeah, that one. So, symptoms of energy deficiency maybe insecurity, anxiety, fear, maybe poor appetite, low body weight. So think someone with eating disorders perhaps. Maybe a lack of confidence, poor self-image, and ability to focus, or maybe a lack of organization. So those are all really major indicators that your solar plexus chakra may need some attention. Stomach ulcers, indigestion, diabetes, eating disorders, other digestive illnesses. Yeah, unbalanced solar plexus chakra. You might need some work. So how to work on it? Well, it helps if you know someone who knows how to do energy healing in general, or Reiki healing. A little bit of guidance goes a long way here. But that doesn't mean that if you watch a TikTok video. Oh, is TikTok still legal yet in the U.S.?
So far, it still is, yeah.
So yeah, if you're watching a pirated TikTok video on how to Reiki heal, odds are good you're not an expert. Just be aware. If we didn't...
Wow.
The cat is really into you today.
Scratchy Levins.
Something. She's going to steal your pillow next. So, anyways, yes, the color, chakra color, yellow, bananas, sunflower seeds, yellow peppers, cheese, a good yellow cheese, like nice sharp cheddar. Those are very good for your solar plexus. Can't have sharp cheddar? I'm sorry, I'll have your share. Honey. Honey is often really good here. Spices might be ginger, chamomile, mint, cumin.
Turmeric.
Yay! We got the... and meditation. Simple exercise. Just envision a brilliant yellow sunflower over your solar plexus. Maybe if you're trying to open it up, think of the bud, and as the flower blooms and the petals are spreading out to soak up the sun, that's, you're opening that chakra to allow the energy out or into flow through you. Citrine, amber, yellow tourmaline, tiger's eye, those use strong yellow stones. Let's see. Yeah, meditation is just really, really, really good for you. Aromatherapy. Citrusy essential oils like orange, grapefruit. I gotta tell you, when I am cleaning, because I do that, apparently I vacuum my couch like twice a week. I love the citrusy scents. The orange, the grapefruit, the lemon, just not so much lime, but the orange. Love it for cleaning. Or putting in my diffuser to let that yummy citrusy smell out. Chamomile, mint, and lemon. Probably just about my favorite smell of all to put into the ionizer. Yoga, yeah. Asanas that focus on your core strength are really good. The warrior pose, super easy to do, and very, very good for opening this particular chakra. Let's see, other helpful asanas are like the boat pose, which also strengthens the core. The sun salutations, which I actually enjoy doing almost every day, especially if I can go outside. And engaging in structured risk taking during your yoga practice, like doing a challenging pose or pushing yourself a little bit more, can help balance that chakra also. What?
She's just needy.
Oh, yes. And yeah, sun and fire. So you go outside, experience the sunshine, have a campfire, roast your marshmallows. So nice golden brown. You're getting 2 for 1 there. But meditating outdoors or on sunny days, definitely helps with your healing practice in general. And go for a walk. Now, article says sunbathing can help open your solar plexus chakra. Here in the U.S., we're very anti-sunbathing.
Reminds me of that thing that was going around Facebook, the bunghole sunning. More of a direct line straight ahead.
Okay.
I'm tired.
Apparently, I had coffee.
That's nice. Sunbathing.
Yeah, sunbathing. Even though the U.S. is very anti-sunbathing right now, go get in the sun. Experience the sun for yourself. It's not a foreign entity. It's not there to steal your soul. Enjoy the sunshine.
And it's one of the greatest sanitizers in the entire world. Well, let me rephrase that. It is the greatest sanitizer in the entire world.
Yeah, I gotta, if I'm at the grocery store and I need a cart for whatever reason.
Grab one that's been sitting outside for a while.
Mm-hmm. Even if it's in the rain. I'll take that one outside before I'll take one that's inside. Just because, yeah. Yep. All right. Wear yellow. Not everybody can wear yellow. So, be cautious. If you are into using the singing bowls to help with your chakras, let's see, what is it? Oh, I just talked about this all afternoon with a customer at work. We talked about the singing bowls and the chakras. So, is the note E, so an E tone or E note, and it doesn't really matter what pitch. Whether it's a higher register, lower register, it's just that the E. So whatever is going to resonate most with you. So I know some people like a higher pitch. Some people prefer the lower pitch. If you're using singing bowls, for instance, you may find one that you don't hear anything at all, but man, the vibrations are there. And sometimes that's what you need more than the sound itself. It's just the vibrations from the bowl. You can also use tuning forks. Tuning forks are an interesting way to do that. If you know someone who does play guitar or has a bass guitar, just strumming the notes, going up and down the scale, or focusing on the notes that you need more attention on. Those are good too. Practice mindfulness. Be mindful of what you're doing, and what consciously make choices, weighs the pros and cons, and whether you're stepping out and of your comfort zone and changing up your daily routine, or practice that mindfulness. I guess, hold on, I will give you the exact definition of practice mindfulness, because Dr. Google says. Yes.
Middle E.
Middle E. Mm-hmm. So mindfulness is often a type of meditation that helps you focus on being intensely aware. I could see an ASMR video to that. And being intensely aware of what you're sensing and feeling in the moment without interpretation or judgment. So, if you're practicing mindfulness, count your breaths, guided imagery, count your heartbeats, just that focusing in on what you need to focus on and concentrate on. Really real basic. You'd think everybody would know this one. If you're really worried about your chakras being aligned, check your posture.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of us sit for our jobs, whether it's at a desk or in a vehicle, being a driver of some sort, or maybe we are not so much working. Maybe we're at home sitting on the couch or whatever, or the recliner, or like here at the computer desk. Check how you are sitting. Make sure you're sitting, upright, your shoulders back. You're sitting up tall with your shoulders, spread out back a little bit. There's a bit of an arch to your spine. Your knees are about shoulder width apart, and your feet are flat on the floor. Crossing your ankles or your legs at any point impacts the your blood flow in your body, so you're more prone to water retention and swelling in the ankles or legs. So just be aware, what is your posture saying about your chakras and your health in general. So yes, shoulders back. And if nothing else, little thing that the standing upright or sitting upright with your shoulders back, and just that secure position with your feet firmly on the floor, that gives you a physical representation of a confidence in what you're doing and what you're saying. So whether you're in sales or customer service or banks or driving or whatever it is that you're doing, by sitting up and opening your shoulders and being, taking those deep breaths, it helps you breathe better. And, sometimes it gives you that appearance of confidence that you need to have to help build your confidence even more. Make eye contact with people. It's amazing. In our world today, everybody's wearing masks. That's all you're seeing. Learn how to smile with your eyes. It's a doable thing. You can smile with your eyes without having to smile with your face. It's a little weird. Is Don telling me to read between the lines?
That's smiling with the mask on. It's like, go mind your own business.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, what the masks are apparently a part of our life right now, until further notice. Because yes, and so it's harder to smile at people or have because if you smile at someone, it may be the only smile they've seen all day, and sometimes we need that person to smile at us. So if you're not wearing a mask, make sure you are smiling at people. Find something to smile about, whether you like their shirt, like what they're wearing, like what they're doing, the people around you. I know the cat is weird.
That's my cup from last night that had the wine in it.
I don't know what she's doing.
She's licking the inside of the cup. Cat's a wino.
Yeah, well, could get her some catnip and really have her put the catnip on the dog.
Probably shouldn't. Oh.
She's drinking the wine?
No. Apparently it's water left over from last night. Okay.
Oh.
You can have that. You go ahead and just ground yourself there. Stick your head in there.
But yeah, smile with people. Talk to the people in line. There's so much anxiety and stress and worry right now in our world. It doesn't matter what country you're in, what your politics are. There's just a lot of stuff going on because 2020. They say you look back with 2020 vision. This is not a 2020 vision I ever thought I'd have. So yeah, be interactive with people, smile at people, put the technology away. You don't have to be looking at your phone when you're in line at the grocery store. Talk to the people around you. We don't have that same interaction with our neighbors that we used to have. We're more insulated. So yeah, it just Chris says I smile all day, but I'm a moron whisperer, so the dumb make me laugh.
So identify with that.
I've been in customer service in the past, so I understand
So
100%.
identify with
Yes. So Denali Princess says, I imagine my chakras as colored spinning tops. I spin them and stack them on top of each other. I can tell when one is off when I spin it and it goes all wonky. This is a great visualization. If you can close your eyes and visualize the spinning top for each of the chakras, yeah. If that's the trick or that's the thing that helps you focus and know that your chakras are all aligned, because yeah, if everything's aligned and everything's spinning, just like the guy at the circus or on stage with the
Doing the
spinning plates, and has a whole stack of them spinning, same kind of thing. If everything is spinning and not tipping over, yeah, that's good. If you need an affirmation to help you focus on your chakra, your solar plexus chakra, or just any of them, honestly, you just say, I trust my intuition and guidance and follow it wherever it leads me without question or hesitation. Now, not all of us have finely tuned intuition or self-guidance, and I understand this, so maybe don't do this with your eyes closed. But, listen to yourself. Listen to your gut, especially as that chakra becomes more open and more accepting, and that energy is moving through better. Yeah, it'll feel better. You will feel better. Even if your health isn't that great, which I get, because a lot of us spend some time in that not healthy category. Having that healthy chakras, really does make even poor health feel better. So, yeah. Carlson, or Pharmacy Seed, says, know yourself so your choices are more in line with you. And, that's a pretty loaded statement right there, because often we get in the habit of lying to ourselves, or telling ourselves things that we want to hear rather than what we need to hear.
Right.
And just like we say, oh, that extra piece of cake isn't going to go straight to our hips. It's a lie. But, know who you are and what you want. This is why journaling is important. This is why shadow work is important. And shadow work is an acceptance of you as a whole, not just the you parts that you like. And it's hard to accept yourself as a whole. And I get it. So yeah, what is it that you need to learn about yourself so that you know that your choices are more you? I had a customer today. She was looking at 2 different pendants to wear on a necklace. And she's like, well, I really like this one, and I really like this one, but I don't know which one I like. It's like, well, how'd you grow up? And she went to boarding school and grew up in a well-to-do household, and that's not the direction she wants to take her life. She wants to be a little bit more granola than that. And so it's like, all right, well, this one is pretty representative of you growing up and going to the boarding schools and being part of the sorority and all that. And this one is more representative of, who you want to be. So which one do you want? Which one is your future? And go with that one. And she's like, well, as much as I think this is the one I really want, this is who I want to be, this is who I am. And so she went with the one that was more in line with the way she grew up, because that's who she is. And that's where her comfort zone is. So, but she knew, after asking her those questions, like, this is exactly what she wants. So yeah, knowing yourself and not just where you want to go, but where you're from, really is going to help you with those decisions moving forward. Yes, Carlton, the better you know your dark side, the better you can manage it. 100%. If you know what your bad habits are and you're familiar with them, it's a lot easier to manage them and keep them from getting out of control. Or at least not completely out of control. Maybe not in control, but not out of control. Some things you just can't control 100%. You really can't. So, We're about to go to our last break for the night. So, yeah, if you do have questions, send me the email at wildpaisley@gmail.com. That's WILDEPAISLEY. We do have another 28 minutes roughly to go over things. So, if you want to call in, you should. That is 213-233-3998. Or if you're across the pond in the UK, it's 44203-393-2871. And Titan, if I have not answered your question, let me know. And I will continue talking about how to build up your solar plexus chakra. I don't know. Did I answer Titan's question, do you think?
I think you've given a lot of information on it.
All right, so.
But there's always, at the end, maybe you could just go over it real quickly.
Yeah, I can sum it up.
Bullet points.
Bullet points. All right. So we're going to break, and we shall see you in just a few minutes. I promise. We'll still be here with a cat and a dog.
And a headache.
I don't know what to tell you there.
Colors of the shining moon, heaven, earth, and sea, I call upon you in this hour, bring magic unto me.
Is your headset crackling?
Brothers, oh, the cauldron cries, it singeth unto me the songs of Mother Goddess and of Father in the tree.
Hello, my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we are off adventuring into the spaces between. I'm being joined in the studio with Don Longbeard, and the cat and the dog. And if you guys look closely, Don has the cat sitting to his right. Yeah, that is Andromeda. We call her Drama. She likes to reach out and touch people. She's just a goofy doggone cat. Yeah, goofy cat. Yeah, reach out and touch. That's all well and good, right until she wants to sleep with you and fluff you up. Oh, yeah. Gotta love the pets, right? So, talking about the solar plexus tonight, the third chakra. If you're worried about your solar plexus, there's all sorts of information online. Chakras.info is a really good resource. There are some stones that you can carry with you to help you. Citrine's a good one. Amber, sunstone, yellow jasper, golden tiger eye. There are a couple different variations of tiger eye, so make sure you're getting the right one. Yellow jade, golden calcite, and yellow topaz. Sometimes those yellow stones do have some variations. Even moonstone has an orange version, so just, what is it that you need? If you have a local rock shop that you can go to and pick some stones. I know, like the one we have locally, there's jars of different stones you can pick through. There's jewelry, there's just all sorts of stuff. So, if you are not into wearing stones or carrying stones in your pocket, I get it. You can also use foods. Squash. We're in fall. Good summer squash, sweet potatoes, pumpkins. If you like eating pumpkins, those are good. I personally love pumpkin baked in the oven with a little bit of sea salt and pepper. That's it. I don't want anything else. Just the sea salt and pepper. I don't know what it is about pumpkin that way. It is fantastic. I don't have to have it in a pie. I just like the baked.
I said like a week ago that I really don't like pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin. I never really liked pumpkin pie until you made a pumpkin pie from scratch, and then like pumpkin has been like really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But dang it, cat! Not my microphone. So fresh pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you get out of a store that's pre-made is not pumpkin. So fresh pumpkin. What, cat?
Yeah.
You've been gone for 2 months and you come home and get catty.
And no, that's loving.
Whatever.
She loves you. And you're being fluffed. Lentils. Yellow lentils are good for you. Yellow and orange peppers. Stuffed peppers. Yum, yum. Lemons in general. Corn. Yellow pears. Golden apples. If you don't necessarily like apples, or I know like golden apples have a tendency to get a little mealy very quickly. That may be a good apple pie, or apple butter. Squashes and pumpkins, really, really good carbohydrates. Carlton is 100% right. Right. The energy is totally different. So we have a local farm here that, was that you or the cat?
It was me.
Okay. Yeah, they have hay rides, and you go pick pumpkins and that kind of thing. And often get a couple extra pumpkins and, bake them up, and I'll freeze the pumpkin, and sometimes I'll just make a smoothie and throw some pumpkin in there.
See, that doesn't. That's not,
You can't even taste it. It's
right.
frozen pumpkin.
Just like you can't taste that beet powder, right? Yeah, you can't taste. Nah, you can't taste the beet powder. Nah, there's no beets in there. Beet powder is good for you. You won't taste it.
It is good for you. It's very good for your blood pressure. You should eat it. Brown rice is good for you too.
Brown rice.
Oats, spelt.
Yuck.
Those are all good for you. If you can't eat the good food and you don't want to carry stones, you can always do affirmations. Actually, affirmations are good anyways. Yes.
No.
Yes, listen to Carlton.
No.
Listen to Carlton.
No.
Carlton says beets are excellent.
Eat kvass. No.
Mm.
No damn kvass. No.
Chris says beets need to be cleansed with fire. Yes, I
Yes.
love roasted beets.
Yes, until they're ashes.
No, caramelized.
Yeah, you can call them caramelized. That's fine.
Yeah, with carrots. So, affirmations are good. And if you are, someone who struggles with depression or anxiety or things like that, sometimes writing these affirmations, like on the bathroom mirror, are really good. You'll find that dry erase markers, you can use them to write on just about any surface. Your windows, patio doors. I have in the past, after washing patio doors to make sure nobody ran into it, because that's happened, I have drawn smiley faces at about eye level. So yes, you can use dry erase markers to write on just about anything. Some refrigerators are happy to accept dry erase markers.
I will now take pharmacies. I will now take Carlton's advice. Do it for science, Don. Yes, I will throw those bastards in the fire and watch them turn to ashes for science.
Carlton says you're not an idiot. You can eat the beets. So if you don't want to write them on your mirror, I totally get it. Write it on a poster board. You can go to the dollar store anymore and get a poster board and a marker for like $2.
Whiteboard.
Whiteboard.
Poster
Yeah.
board. CB. Well,
Either way.
yeah.
So, with simple affirmations, I love and accept myself. That was a hard one. Anybody who's ever been around a teenage girl, that's a very hard one. So, just focus on it. Tell yourself that, yes, I love and accept myself. Yes, it's real. I respect and honor myself. That's a good one, too. I can achieve anything I desire. You know what? You can. You have to set your mind to it. You have to focus. And you have to have a plan. You can't just wing it. So if you truly desire something, it's a dream until you write it down and have a plan to achieve it.
Start the beginning of the manifestation with the manifestation of the words.
Mm-hmm. I can. I believe in myself. Wow, that one's a hard one. I'm a pagan. I'm a witch. And stating that I believe in myself, that's kind of a big deal. So for those of you in the pagan pantry, the broom closet, whatever you say, I was saying that, yes, I believe in myself means you believe in your intuition. You believe in anything that you might be able to do, magically speaking. Wow, that's a hard one sometimes. I deserve to be loved and respected by those around me. If you've ever been around someone who grew up with a, we'll call it a complicated childhood, not necessarily troubled childhood, but complicated childhood. Often that's something that's hard for them to accept because, growing up, if your family didn't respect you growing up, it's really hard to accept the respect of those around you. Pharmacy says, believe you can or believe you can't. Either way, you are right. Yes.
Yeah, because you make yourself right.
Mm-hmm.
Either way.
Yeah, very much so. That's one of those self-fulfilling prophecies. Those are real. The things you tell yourself. This is why in previous shows I've said that
Self-talk's a killer.
Self-talk is real. If you are joking with yourself, it doesn't matter what tone of voice you're using. It's the words you hear. So think of it as texting. It's really hard to text emotion. You sure you can throw some emojis or whatever in there, but it doesn't truly convey the emotion that you might have behind the words. So, the words you say have power. And make sure you're using the right words to empower yourself rather than, undercutting yourself. Essential oils that are associated with the Manipura or the Solar Plexus Chakra: chamomile, lemon, ginger, black pepper, cinnamon, clove. Those are all really good essential oils. They're generally pretty warm and spicy. I love ginger, pickled ginger. Nom 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 nom. But ginger to me is very warm and spicy. There's some candied ginger upstairs.
Right next to the beet powder.
Yes. Just think, what if you missed the ginger and accidentally grabbed a handful of beet powder?
I think I'd know the difference between crystallized ginger and beet powder.
Well, you never know. It's good for you. Carlton says, icons and emojis like Congress and Senate. Bad representations. Yeah, the whole message doesn't get through with an emoji or an icon. So just what's the message you're trying to share there? Excuse me. Long weekend. I know, I'm trying. That's why I had a cup of coffee. So again, as you're doing your meditation work or even just your visualization, visualize the warm sunlight on your solar plexus chakra, or the sunflower opening up, or the glowing golden ball of light on the solar plexus, the spinning tops, stacking them up, making sure everything's in line and everything's going. And maybe your meditation or your visualization initially is just a couple of breaths. You're not something you're able to do very long because you are a little ADD, and I get it. But over time, build up, add more time, and make sure you give yourself enough time to do the visualization, do the meditation, to do the work, and journal about it a little bit too, because that journaling is important. Bomber has a quote on her mirror. Two quotes. The first one was, I may not be where I want to be, but I am where I need to be to get where I'm going. Ooh, that's a very good one. And the next one is, if you want to build something, you have to destroy the old first. Yes. Those are fantastic quotes, Bomber.
There's a very good reason why your mind is prime real estate.
Yeah, it should be expensive to allow someone to build on your real estate. And think of the perfect soldier. You go into the military, not even just the perfect soldier, just a soldier. When you go into the military, you go through boot camp, basic training, whatever you want to call it.
They tear down your old ego.
They do. They tear down your ego, and they shred it into little bitty pieces.
And then bond you to a bunch of broken people.
And build you up. And not everybody goes through the process the same.
That's true.
Some people are more receptive and build faster, and some don't come back.
That's true. And that was disingenuous of me to say that. So what I mean is, and it certainly didn't come out that way, but they build you back together as a brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
And but there's a paper I wrote years ago for college that you would have to read it. So
gotcha.
To understand the reference. So
yeah. Yeah. Again, understand where the words are coming from. And if you see a quote, check to see where it's from.
Yes.
In the entirety of a quote.
Don't just Facebook it.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. Yes, because I'd love to share the quote that looks like it's like I can't even think of anybody now. Just somebody from ancient Greece saying a quote that may have come from Star Trek, and he's wearing an outfit from Star Wars or something like that. It just
and they call him Stephen Hawkins.
Exactly, and things don't mash up, and that's the it's the
Don't
funny part of it.
Don't believe everything you read.
Exactly. Don't believe everything you read. So, when it comes to your chakras in general, visualization is key. The self-talk is key. The food you eat is very important. I gotta tell you, sure, going out to eat is fantastic. I know, like here locally in Sandpoint, we have some fantastic restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
For a small community, we have a lot of good food.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good food.
Mm-hmm.
But going out to eat and getting all that good food, not always good for you. It's one thing to splurge once in a while, but to fall off the wagon completely, not such a good thing. McDonald's is not your hero. As much as I love Taco Bell really shouldn't be where you go to get most of your meals. I would avoid Starbucks in general. Get your coffee from somewhere else. But just be aware of where your food's coming from, the food you're eating, and what's in it. That's a big thing when it comes to being the better you. Just being the better you. And make sure you're eating food and not food products.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Two different things.
Yes. And everything you eat, everything you put in your body should be cooked and prepped and everything by your hand from fresh food if you can.
Now, understandably, that's not always possible, and I get it. Because there are some places that they are in a food desert. It's hard to get fresh food, and the only place to get food at all is to go down to the local convenience store. And I get it's hard, but so just do the best you can. I suppose first and foremost, just do the best you can. Be aware of the self-talk. You may not like where you're at, but you're not a tree. You're not stuck there. You can get up and move. You can do different things to move forward in your life to the better places or the places that you want to be, or to be the person that you want to be. Humanity is very, very rarely static. We don't just sit still. Some of us are a little ADD, so it's really hard to sit still. We're constant motion. Some of us are dealing with some depression, so the motion is a little harder. So, find that happy medium. And the self-talk about it is real. And if you need someone to talk to, and I say therapy all the time, but it's because it works. And it is real. And, figure out what's going to be best for you, whether you can go see a therapist. A lot of the medical clinics here in the U.S. do a really good job of helping at least a little bit with your mental health. And if you go to a therapist and you're not getting the results, you may not be going to the right therapist. So just like if you're going to the doctor and you're not getting help with that doctor, you can fire your doctor and you can go to a different one. It's okay.
And that's another thing is people don't realize is that you're going to the doctor and the doctor is providing you a service. But the service has to stand up, and that's therapists too. Anything like this, they have to serve, and they have to do what you ask them to. You don't have to do what the doctor says. It's not. He's doing the best he can with the knowledge he has, with an imperfect science. So if you don't agree, you ask him for alternatives.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't give you alternatives, then he is not the doctor for you.
Exactly.
Tell him, well, I'm going to go get a second opinion. And if
Mhm.
if the second opinion makes sense to me, you're no longer my doctor. Period.
Exactly. Yeah, you are in charge of you. And if you have health concerns, make sure you're taking notes with you. If you have questions you want to ask your doctor, write them down. That way you have them with you. It's like, hey, doc, I have these questions I want to go over. And your doctor should give you the time to go over them. Now, make sure your doctor should be aware of why you're coming to see him or her. Because if you show up because you've got an ingrown toenail and the doctor says, so I hear you have an ingrown toenail and you get that checked out. It's like, yes, but I also think I have high blood pressure and I've got these raging headaches and I've got this. It's really, really hard to, connect that ingrown toenail to headaches. So, let's see. I saw something. Chris Jarvis is trying to quit smoking. So, hey, everybody support Chris as he tries to quit smoking. It's hard to quit something like that, which I understand. So instead of buying a pack of cigarettes, stick that money in a coffee can. Take yourself on a good vacation and...
buy some beets.
Yes, buy some beets. I have a box of them.
YTP Chris, YTFP Chris says, unfortunately, budget plays a role in healthy eating.
Sadly.
As well, sadly, yeah. And that's true, It costs to eat healthy in the U.S., no doubt. Yes, it does. And that's, all comes back to money.
Mm-hmm.
It comes back
It really does.
It comes back to controlling that. Why is it that organic food costs more, even though it doesn't have all of the expensive pesticides and GMOing and all of that? Why does it cost more than the GMO food? Well, it's because the GMO or Frankenfood or the stuff that was sprayed with the pesticides are what's grown in mass quantities.
It's cheaper to produce.
It's cheaper. Well, it's higher yield.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's less in the nutrient yield and not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
But, that is correct. It's like, do I go pay, 69 cents a pound for a head of lettuce, or do I go pay the $1.29 for the organic, And
be aware that so I am a big believer in farm raised things rather than organic, just because I'm a farm kid. There's a difference. So
clarify the difference.
So for me, farm raised means ethically raised, I suppose, or knowing where it's...
But see, when you say raised, you're not talking about crops. You're talking about...
companion planting. So, I like to put marigolds.
Yes.
For instance, with some of my plants, because, marigolds are generally anti-bug, for especially like tomatoes. So, I try to do that. So I'm raising my plants, my vegetables in a setting where they're beneficial to one another. And, it's rather than putting a lot of pesticides on or chemicals or things like that, but also, something needs a little bit of more fertilizer because not all ground is created equal. Like here, like in North Idaho, we have some essential nutrients or minerals are not very common in our soil, like selenium, which is very important. It's amazing how such a small thing is really, really important. So,
wrap up.
Oh, yeah, I got 2 minutes.
Wrap up.
But yeah, as far as like livestock production, for instance, to me, farm raised
Fresh beef is so much
means
easier.
I'm raising it knowing where my meat's coming from. If it gets sick, I'm going to treat it, but I'm not going to butcher it when it's sick or being treated for something else. So, you just knowing where your food's coming from is a big deal. If at all possible, know where your food comes from. And goodness, I'm seeing prices and geez, sorry guys. So Solar Plexus Chakra. Think yellow.
Okay, Kat.
Next week, we'll continue on to the next, which is the heart chakra. Drama says, have a good evening. And so, if you have questions, send me an email, wildpaisley@gmail.com. That's WILDEPAISLEY. And Titan, if you have a question, send me an email and we'll have a Titan Asks segment next weekend. Oh, Bomber wants the bowl as we go to break.
As we go to the end.
Or the end, yes, because it's the end of the night. So hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the equinox. And merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. And some bowl to close out the night. La la la.
I hope Lord Son, as we will, so mote it be the spell forever done.